Hi guys, haven't been on for a while. I've got a wee bit of work on because Fire's due for her puppies on the 22nd. It's in exactly 7 days, so I'm working out there trying to line cloakroom / kitchen. And just a couple of things, I just want to stay focused to minefield out there. I like to just speak on the confirmations I get from what the Holy Spirit has told me first. Okay, so we're looking at Into the Stars. I'm always interested in his time traveling decodes. Now this one is called Travelers 2017. Probably was written in 2016. You can go and look at it, but he's I just prayed and I was watching it. I was saying, Lord, give me some more, because he said dig deep. Now he said dig deep. So dig deep is pressing in, pressing in. What has the Lord shown you? Press in. You have not because you ask not. So, I just want to show you this little bit, and then I want to show you the other thing that the Lord has shown me since he said to me, dig deep, and I have been seeking him on that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know where to dig. The only place, look, all I can say is that his sheep hear his voice, and it's up to you to recognize him and dig deep. It's like you're standing up. The Lord's speaking to me now, right? It's like you're standing in a field and you don't know where to dig for the treasure. But you've got a heads up because you're a sheep, right? And it's like the hand of God says, dig here, dig here, dig here, dig here, dig here. Are you hearing what he's telling you? And when you hear it, dig. So the Lord said to me, we already know, don't work for the government. It's obvious now. His love endures forever. He has given you a heads up. He has given the world a heads up, but nobody's listening to the sons and daughters of God. If you're on this channel, good on you. You know he loves you because he told me and I told you. Isn't that great? It's encouraging. Now, see over there, that window goes out to the new puppy room, playroom. Well, I saw Biden and Bam Bam there. It was before Biden. It was when Trump was... When he'd already told me that Trump was a decoy duck. And that he was going to be blown left at the bus stop. Off his feet. Disappearing out the picture. Well, all that's come to pass. Now, Bam Bam had his birthday. I'm going to link that because there's some interesting images that a man who does quantum effects has picked up. He's Christian and I trust him. He's a sheep. He's following the Lord. He picked up some stills. They were obvious. But no one's talking about it. No one's talking about it. I'm going to try and take you through my phone and show you it. All I'm going to do is point to it, tell you it confirms. Anyway, he's outside. The Lord showed me a picture. I saw them. But he said to me, don't worry about that. Almost like it's like you have a list. The Lord is giving us a list of what it is to look out for now. There's a lot of distractions. Yes, we know Biden. We know what he's doing. We know what Bam Bam's doing. But it's not that. It's the National Guard. So that's why I'm going to play this little clip. because it confirms what the Lord showed me. And there's so much more in this. They have a map in the series with the red balloons, which are all the spots, hot spots, almost identical. And this is 2017, probably done in 16, of a flu-like bee. And it's about time travel, but it's a consciousness that goes back in time to try and alter the past. It's Loki. He's meddling with time. That's why I'm following that. That's why I'm following that gold trail. I'm also following that gold trail because of the cylinder in Don't Get Caught in Room 8, Flatmates from Hell, Infinity, where there's a clue. It's funny because it's a clue that goes nowhere, and they're trapped in a repeating infinite cycle, and Satan appears, and it's hell, and they're all dead, going round and round in circles. That's what most of the population is that's not turned up. They're dead. They're the walking dead. But there's a clue, and it's that cylinder. Remember? If you don't know it, look from my videos. The Lord has shown me a cylinder to do with copper, but it's like a stamp. It's how they do time. It goes round, but it can also be shifted down. So they can shift, they turn it like a Rubik's. I don't understand it. It's the way the Lord's explained it through this clue. They turn it like a Rubik's round, and they can also move the numbers down like a stamp. Time. Like it's like that, and it also can shift like that. And then you can shift it again. So you can slip one thing from the past to the future and move it forward backwards. It's pretty much, it's like it, I don't know, I suppose I'm feeling like it has its limitations. It has its rules, its laws, this shift. Not like the Lord God. He's not restricted by anything. But they're severely restricted in what they can do. It's A for alchemy, it's science. Probably CERN, quantum effects. That's why I'm going to go there. But I just want to show you this. I'll link this if you want to watch it. So the reason why I'm thinking this is very important is because, see, they won't let me.
Today I'm going to show you how to make the survival food that saved America during the Great Depression. It's long-lasting without refrigeration and packed full of calories and healthy fats your body.
If you walked away, you're silly because I'm mucking around. It's a silly thing to do, especially when I'm bringing this. So here's the name of it. Travel series predicted, time travelers, end of the stars. Now, he got a Kodak on it because of this. This is what he had to change and re-upload it, and it was an unusual Kodak. He said it was about 2 or 3 days later. Usually they pick it up straight away. They've got a problem. Copyright. This is unusual. And this is, I don't know how he knows the exact thing that needed to be changed, but here he's saying what it is.
Antiviral to run some tests.
Right, ready?
Wide range of symptoms from common flu ailments like headache, fatigue, and fever.
Okay, what I'm going to do is just so we can hear this, put it through my stereo. So, I looked out the window, I said, Bidden and Bam Bam, and the Lord said to me, this is over a year ago, he said, watch out for the National Guard.
To, in rare cases, more extreme symptoms, including redness.
So they talk here about bleeding.
Bleeding around the eyes.
Bleeding around the eyes.
We're headed home. When you get there, stay there. There seems to be a bad flu going around.
Stay-at-home orders, forced shutdowns. The masks, of course. Now, sometimes they hide messages in license plates. And look at this light now. Sometimes.
To, in rare cases, more extreme symptoms, including redness
So they talk here about bleeding.
and bleeding around.
So here they're talking about intracranial pressure.
On the delivery.
Intracranial pressure. Sorry about now. Sometimes they hide messages in license plates. And look at this license plate. It reads 21901 or 90 or D. I can't tell. I don't know what that is. That's a D or an O at the end. But some people could read this 2019. Or this could be 2021. So this could be September 10th, 2021. This could be a date. I guess we'll see, right?
Okay, soon you're going to hear National Guard.
At this point, local authorities are advising the public to stay home and stay
We've seen travel to report this is happening all over the world, and I think we are the primary transmitters. Shit.
Now, as I said, there was a part in here where I had to remove it because we got hit with a copyright. Now, the part that had to be removed, they were talking about National Guard and stuff like that. So I don't know what happened, but someone flagged it probably.
Have my team tracking down the antiviral.
Okay, so that's your truth. That's the truth. You in America need to be watching out for the National Guard. That's what the Lord said to me. Not Bidden, not Bam Bam, the National Guard. I'll go to history. Show you one more thing. Well, that's another one he did. Very old time traveling movie. I'm revisiting the swallows, and soon you will know why. Okay, so I just want to remind you that, see that little picture of Glory there on my thumbnail? The day I picked up Glory was the 5th of August, 2018. She was 9 weeks old. I went with my brother. It was the day that my son, the day that my daughter got on a plane to America to marry the guy that was in a cult that she had joined, which God basically pulled the plug on because I laid it down. On the way, we stopped at the the pet shop, and we bought her a little collar, and it's just like the swallow's collar. A little tag. Now, it's a dog tag that's shaped like a dog. I'll show you in a minute. And it says Glory, and in the corner it says Welcome to the Family. Now, I was approached by someone through this political party in New Zealand that failed because the left won by a landslide, like America. And this fellow I met rang me and wanted a baptism, and I don't know if you recall, his name was Paul. We walked down the river to water baptise him and Gary, and on the way he said, "Do you find gold on the ground?" I said, I could if I looked, if the Lord willed it. And he picked up something right then, something shiny, and it was Glory's dog tag. And he's kept it because it says Glory. And we had been discussing Glory. Of course, I always talk about the glory because that's what I saw when I was saved. So I want to bring that up. Now, this is the quantum effect. Okay, this is the video here. It's just yesterday. Just want to show you that. I watched this. This is the man I follow other than True Shock TV, who talks about the Bible changes. He has a bit of a mix of Mandela, but he's a Christian, and this is residue. I don't quite understand how it's residue, but I will tell you now that is an image, and I'll show the images, and you should go and look at it, from Bam Bam's birthday. Yes, he had his birthday, 60 years. I didn't follow it, but this is what the Lord showed me about his B-Day. Now we're going to go to... This is pretty scary. He literally says this. He literally says that they can die for all I care. They're the ones that don't take the V-Day. You understand that? And that's a leader. But the reason this is the quantum residue that interests me as well, it was that in a book, I've linked this, it was read verbatim by a very infamous Christian leader. Delusions with an S, I think. The premise is it delusions with an S? Well, when you think about the delusion, if you're awake and you can see it, is there just one, like it says in the Gospels? Or are there more than that, like it says in the Old Testament? I would follow that gold trail because I believe it's delusions with an S, and they've been changing the Bible for quite a while. There is more than one. I can name two right now. One is time. One is time, and the other one is the alien invasion. You want to argue with that? Not to mention the host body system. Go on forever. Right, let's go to gallery. So yesterday I watched the Jay Clerk. There's my swallow that flew into my caravan. That's a photo. The swallow that flew into my caravan after I turned it just before Christmas. 380 or 180. It went from facing this front window facing that way, was facing that way. Now it's facing this way. It's facing the sun coming up. Before it was facing the sunset. The Lord had that happen just before Christmas. And I had these swallows. That one there, hanging around the door. Next thing, I'm sitting in the caravan. It flew into that far part of the room, and then hovered here. And that's when I knew somebody had come in to the caravan. The Lord was speaking to me. And I believe, and I still believe, that it's Billy Doisy, who was another angel to another church. He doesn't talk about it very much, but I went to his channel and his testimony, and I believe it was him. The Lord gave me confirmation. So that's good. I'm pleased about that. Now, it doesn't mean we all have the answers. He doesn't have the answers at the moment. He doesn't even know who he is. Well, he does. He does, but he's not, he hasn't got courage. Not yet, but he will get it. Like me, he's got too much to lose. He thinks he has. He pretends he hasn't, but he has. Tree of Life by this artist. The little girl, right, that saw heaven. Notice it is out of the ground. That's what I saw. I saw the Tree of Life lift from the earth and hang in the ground like that with roots. It was an oak tree. That's the tree that the other side use as their picture of the Tree of Life. It's always the oak tree. That's what I found out later. That's why the Lord showed me. It was an exotic tree, as in it wasn't a native tree of New Zealand, but it was in a native forest in New Zealand. And when I saw it come up in this vision, up into the air, and from the tree, there was dirt falling from it in the air. It was an exotic tree, like I said. It was like an oak tree, perfectly formed, top, bottom, even roots. Not a New Zealand tree. Exotic. And it had birds flying in and out of it. And the very day I saw the vision, I went for a drive and I saw it and confirmed in nature. I went past the lake. I saw the lake first with the water, and now I know that it was after the fact. It's 2018. Now I know that's Genesis 1, Elohim over the semen. Then I saw the native bush. Then I saw the tree go up, and in and out of the tree were birds. And on the drive, I went with a friend called Jack. On the drive, I also saw these birds, just like in my vision. Those ones. And Jack explained to me they're migratory birds. And since then, I've worked out they are barn swallows. They're all over the world, very common, really. They swoop down in the water. They fly like this. They can almost, it's like they can hover like a hummingbird, the way it flew in the caravan. Beautiful wee birds. They do partner. They partner. There's two of them. They stay together. That happens as well. Beautiful birds. Beautiful wee birds. They were flying in and out this tree. They were nesting. And they were flying out. I could see by the direction of their wings, as a group, as a flock, they were going out and coming in into the tree of life. That is the ministry. There we go. That's a photo of Paul holding what he found. Glory. Welcome family. Okay, so Jonathan Clerk, his last video has links. Now, why have I, especially from his link of all his album, opened this one here with the dinosaur? Look at these images. You should go to this link. Seen enough? See that Christmas picture, that image there? See that image there? It's in my testimony. When I was, before I was married, but I was just early saved, I went to a Tupperware party and I bought this Christmas decoration. It was like that. It was white plastic and it stuck on the window, and it was identical to that. With the Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Identical to that. That's how the Lord works and confirms. So, what I want to show you now. Not sure if I can do this without getting a Kodak. But before I play it, I'll show you the images. Try and guess what it is. Now, it's number 3. I've never seen it. And I watched it at Brian's place. It was well over a week ago. The Lord's been prompting me to put something up about these swallows. So here I am. Look at the wallpaper. Well, I didn't notice it until I saw this image. What's that? The image I saw was this, as clear as day. It's a weird thing when the Lord shows you something. You're watching a movie, you're not expecting it, then boom, there it goes. See the swallow? Why is it there? No accidents or mistakes. It's in the scene where the little girl is asleep and the raptor is on the roof and comes through the bedroom window. There's the weird wallpaper. There are 2 things in that wallpaper. There are 3 actually. A tree, and there were 2 things flying around it. And this is what my premise is. See, there's the wee girl. You know the scene? Notice when he comes in the window, he taps his little claw. He goes, see? 3. Abaddon. You know that? Yeah, 3. Abaddon. Bottomless pit. Horse. There's no volume, which is probably good. Why is there no volume? Do wallpaper? See, I would like you to see that tap. Ready? Now, you can go and see the movie. To shadow. That's when I first see the wallpaper. You get the picture. So he comes in, shoots it, nothing happens. Then you start seeing this wallpaper. Didn't notice it there. A second dinosaur comes in to save them, but really is just attacking the other one. They see an opportunity to get out. There. It's looking at him, it's backed against the wall, and beside him is... See? I mean, too obvious, isn't it, in a door? Why is that? Why is that? Ask yourself. Because the Lord gave me a heads up. He gave me a vision. What are the swallows? It's a ministry. I haven't got all the details yet. But he said he will give me the details and he will fill in all the details. Those swallows. All I can say is that I know that it's about the harvest workers. Possibly the 144,000. Possibly the 2 witnesses. Groups, plural. I know it's about being transported from one place to another, just like the Bible says. Yes, it does. That's what happened to the disciples in the book of Acts. And we will do greater things than Jesus, he said himself. So help is on the way. And it is in the form of a swallow. So there you go. Maybe I've failed to pray on this, I don't know. But this is it, right? We know enough about Clever Girl. We know there's the Swedish girls, the Irish girls, the Spanish girls, and the Clever Girls. This is maybe your expectation. This is their reality. Clever girl. Thanks to Jonathan Kleck for finding all that. Now, I'm going to link Jonathan Kleck as well. The swallows. Right at the door where they get out. They get out. It's a sign at the door. Now this is all I know to date. Self-explanatory. So this is a still shot. There's your butterflies. That's not us. We do not morph into something else. This is us here, the swallow. There's only two things flying around that tree. It's not the tree of life either. We've got everything in the one picture. Them, us. Please pray about it. The Lord will speak to you in your own way. Bless you.